Every year, this is my favorite podcast because I get to sit down with my dad and we get to talk about, business, faith, what we learned this year as a company, where we need to improve as a business, and really dive into where we're headed for 2024 as a team and building this community here in Las Vegas. Plus, we're here, new studio, new
Absolutely.
vibes. How do you feel right now? Like, we are in the video realm, which we discussed last year, and it was a huge collaboration between us and Jody. We'll get there later on.
Yeah.
But it feels just incredible right now.
Yeah. For me, it's exciting. I mean, we're taking our company to a new level. It's going to open up doors for us. We're going to talk to some interesting people, and it's another opportunity to impact lives.
Oh, 100%. And, that's how we started our business, was
Yeah.
telling those heartfelt stories throughout the community. And me and my dad have been truly blessed to see what we've been able to film, to work with these organizations and to build these relationships. And it's just a blessing to see where we're headed, what God's doing in the company moving forward. So,
Well, I remember 4 years ago, we sat down in January 2nd, and we said, we got to come up with a great name that people will remember us. And Mom said, it's got to be a heartfelt name. That's how it started, Heartfelt Productions.
Correct.
So before we get started, let's go over a couple of milestones that happened this year.
Yeah. And
Okay.
100%.
I turned 70 in January.
Unreal.
Mom and I celebrated 45 years of marriage. And you had a milestone.
Oh, yeah. Big time milestone, guys. I'm engaged right now.
Yeah.
Me and Brittany, planning for the wedding 2024. And it was an incredible moment. Like, looking back at it, just seeing the way she loves and supports, our journey here as a small business, because she truly is the backbone. Because if you don't have somebody that supports you, that is behind you as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, it just makes the ball harder. And I'm just truly grateful about our relationship and just where we're headed to as a couple.
So are we.
Oh, yeah.
The question I have, though, Brandon, is how did you get such a beautiful woman, inside and out, just supports you and encourages you? And
honestly,
she's a great cook.
Oh, yeah. It was honestly at church.
Yeah.
Literally the same time I picked up a camera, I literally walked over to Brittany, had a gimbal, and I was like, check out this gimbal.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it's just been, we created this friendship, this relationship, and we continue to grow together.
Well, I remember
she, grows in her career.
Right.
We get to grow in our career.
Right. I remember the story, you and your group of people would go out and learn video and take your drone shots and stuff. And I go, who are those people? Oh, they're just part of our group, and it's great. And then always one girl there. And I said, who's that? Oh, her name's Brittany.
Right.
And then one day you said, hey, I want to bring over Brittany and introduce you guys. So that's how it started. We love her.
Oh, yeah.
And she's awesome, and we can't wait till next year.
100%. It's gonna be amazing. The funny thing is, we got everything planned for the wedding, but we don't have a videographer, guys. There is no video. We have the DJ. We have, you're officiating.
Yeah.
And
I am honored and excited.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to keep it cool. I'm not going to ask any embarrassing questions, but it is an honor to be a dad, to marry his son and his bride. So I'm excited.
It's going to be a memorable day.
Let's get this started.
Yeah.
Let's talk about one of the best memories you had from 2023.
Man, there was so many.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, I can't just label them down, because I think there was just so many moments of this year.
Yeah.
I mean, in our wedding business, in our, production company, and just the relationships we built. But I would just say, just like I said, with our relationship, Brittany, and one of our favorite things too, the business, but was spending quality time with,
Definitely.
my mom and dad, with Brittany, and traveling and, doing that experiences because we work 24/7.
Yeah, definitely.
And we decided this year we were still working, but to go on a cruise and to spend
We'll talk about that later.
and spend that quality time.
Yeah, that's important. As you know, the last 4 years, we've just grinded
Oh, yeah.
the whole time. And we've seen the business grow, and it's about building relationships. But back to the question I asked you, for me, it's seeing those life changes. Working with Make-A-Wish and Scott and his organization is just incredible. Seeing these kids getting their wish reveals. And we get to film them.
Oh, yeah.
And you edit them, and it creates emotion, and it impacts their lives, it impacts our lives. And they're the ones that feel like, man, why all this attention on me? I had to go through just being sick, stuff like that. And another one we just filmed the last 2 days was Hope for the Prisoners.
Yep.
Humbling experience for both of us.
Oh, it was.
They have 101 families come together. It was at Opportunity Village this year. John Ponder started the organization. He was incarcerated. He created this incredible group of people to give hope to these people, reunite them with their families. Some mother hadn't seen her kids for 9 years, and we found it.
Yeah.
So that's what it was for me.
Right.
Seeing those relationships, but let's talk about 5 things.
Okay.
And we're gonna from 1 to 5, but we're gonna leave number 1 at the end.
Okay.
So, what did we do this year that propelled us to a level that exceeded our expectations? And we literally say this humbly because we give the glory to God.
100%.
Anytime we keep each other accountable, we start getting a little cocky or whatever, which he never does.
All right.
So,
Let's break it down to, as a business standpoint,
Right.
to provide value for the viewer out there right
Correct.
now. I really wanted to dive in deep of what we did as a company, how we filmed over 30 weddings. I think we filmed for, 27 corporations.
Yep.
We're running the production team. And this is all we are starting to build that community here in Las Vegas. The last 2 years, I was looking for videographers, people that I can count on.
Yeah.
And this year, 2023, God brought a group of guys together. We've been growing together.
Right.
And we each have our own strengths and our own weaknesses. And basically everybody on the HFP team that has filmed with us brings those strengths, brings their character, brings their personality to each and every shoot, and highlights their passion and their personalities
Correct.
to get the job done. And I think we really have molded into that kind of group where we can count on each other to get the shot, to strategize how are we going to storyboard for the next project, because there's so much going on, and highlighting each other's strengths. We got the team dinner tonight with the guys, and it's
Where
one
are
of
we
the.
taking them?
Oh, we're going all you can eat sushi.
Oh,
and it's
yeah, I'm
gonna be
allergic to fish, but I'm looking forward to it.
right.
No, I'm just kidding.
But
One of the things that we talked about for 3 years, we tried to build a team.
yeah,
And we found people that we tried to get excited, and hey, you're welcome to Heartfelt Production. What we didn't realize, we started studying and reading some great books, listening to some mentors that we have had, you have had, and we realized that it's hard just to hire people, but when you build a community of small business owners that have talents that you don't,
exactly.
you incorporate them into your business.
Yep.
And you bring their value, what they love to do. They're excited to, contribute. It's part of their work. It's not just Heartfelt Productions.
Yeah.
It's just rewarding. The wedding we filmed for 4 days.
Oh yeah, phenomenal.
2 months ago.
And
The team came together.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I could talk a little bit about that process.
Right.
So we had, an amazing wedding, amazing couple, and just amazing experience.
Yeah.
And what we did behind the scenes is we brought in, I think we had a team of 5.
Yeah.
I couldn't be
Well,
there.
actually 6, but
6,
yeah.
exactly. I couldn't be there. We had our own drone pilot for this. We actually wore headsets so everybody can communicate throughout the day. We had a timeline planned. We knew, different videographers, if he's on a wide angle, I would be on a tight angle.
Correct.
We had 2 gimbals going.
Right.
And each shot, we literally were filming a movie because we had 4 cameras in one location where we can get 4 different shots and cut in between back and forth.
Right.
And it was really just a challenge for our team, but we came together, we succeeded. And
Yeah.
let's talk about that same day edit, guys. Like it was, a full wedding film, 6 minutes, 4 days to play at the reception. And our team came through. The video was phenomenal. And just, some of the backstories, like things happen and
Yeah.
you have to learn to adapt. Everything's not sunshine and rainbows. And, we did a warp stabilizer. Let's talk about the edit, but we did a warp stabilizer on the video. And, literally I rendered it out. Everything was good to go. And then it said, I watched the video and it said, click to analyze. So literally 15 minutes before that video premiered, I had to go through, click to analyze on about 15 to 20 clips.
Right.
But we got it done. But it's overcoming those little obstacles, not freaking out, but saying you've been here before to get the job done. But, really happy about, our team, the guys that
Yeah.
produced, and bigger things ahead for that group of guys for 2024.
Some of the fun things is having that headset on 5 minutes literally before it's going on air. He just completes it. And just hearing the conversations going back and forth, this was a huge deal. But it got done. They loved it. And you learn every time you go out on a shoot.
Oh, 100%. And that's, so true. So next thing, let's rock.
Well, let's talk about building these relationships. The reason we had 27 companies and corporations reach out is because of probably about 5 relationships we built 2 to 3 years ago. Through them, they're recommending us for other shoots, and we talk to them on Zoom. And our goal always is to allow them to see our personalities, and this is how we are.
Exactly.
We literally love people.
Yep.
And we love to film. Brandon loves to edit and create those emotions. But we care for our people. We care for the relationships we have. Mm-hmm. And that's carried us on quite a ways.
Oh, yeah. And I think, going back to that relationship side, it's just like, not joining, but diving in deeper with these relationships. Like for our company, I'm a Zoom type of guy.
Right.
Like if I'm starting to work with you, I want to meet you on Zoom. I want to go out to get some coffee. I want to get to know who you are as a person before we start creating content for your business, just to get an idea of who you are, because we can mold it to your craft, your skill, and your personal brand. And,
One of the things that I just want to share, because people see you, they come up to me all the time, go, oh, man, you must be proud of your son. Absolutely. I'm proud of my son.
Yeah.
What they don't know is that 7 or 8 years ago, I mean, you went through some struggles, and you were not this extrovert. You were in, playing baseball and stuff like that. It took you doing this for the first year to 2 years, getting out of your comfort zone.
Yep.
And getting comfortable being in front of the camera.
Exactly.
Both of us.
Oh, yeah.
We're not, now it's just like we're having a conversation.
Oh, we're just having a
But
blast, filming a podcast,
Someday let Brandon tell your story. And just, it's amazing to see the growth in you.
Right.
And how you help people. And it just blows my mind.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that. But
I think
it's just cool.
I think it really just goes down like, I look back at four years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't even look at those videos.
Right.
I go,
No, we do, and we
literally in the garbage, absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
And I just go, man, but that's the growth. You have to get through those trials.
Right.
You got to suck. You got to dig, be in the dirt to get out into the public eye. If you want to just keep moving to build, your character, you got to say, okay, you got to become a good communicator if you want to be on camera.
But being yourself,
100%.
your personality.
Mm-hmm.
You're not somebody else.
Yep. and just not molding into other people, but molding
Right.
into yourself, and just be
And
true
believing in
to
yourself.
you are, who
Right.
you are.
Well, what did Sean Cannell say to you one time? You have to get in front of the camera.
Or his, his is, what is it? Just press record,
Yeah, press
And-
record.
And just getting those
Yeah.
reps. It's like working out. Like,
And don't take yourself so serious because you're going to suck,
yep.
you know?
Oh, yeah.
I had a fear of public speaking 10 years ago, and I did the thing that I feared the most. I joined Toastmasters, changed my life, learned to talk, learned to use my body language, learned to relax and breathe. It's all part of it.
Nice.
So, well, let's
Sweet.
get into
Yeah.
Okay, we're having this dinner tonight
Yep.
with our team.
Yeah.
Why are we having this dinner?
Honestly, we're having this dinner to kind of celebrate, 2023, to look back at it and go, you know what, we had a great year.
Right.
We, had amazing shoots together, and we
And
got
we
to
appreciate this
this
community.
group of guys,
Right.
and this team. And it's cool to celebrate and look back on and just bring together and just like
Yeah.
talk about our wins, talk about, how we're going to get better for 2024.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, is discussing our plans and everybody's plans to, grow and to level up for the next season,
Yeah.
and to produce more content, to impact more people, to, start just
Yeah.
different, to make a bigger impact in the community and the relationships we're building. And that's something we're discussing as a team. That's going to be something that we can highlight into building more systems on the back end. So we have we're working right now, Bassy, he's on a couple projects right now.
Yep.
And we're just he's handling all the edits. I just oversee it. So I have more time to be
Right.
out in the field, to create more relationships, to be on more shoots. So we're building those systems right now. We have Tyler D right now.
Yeah.
Also, head producer of the Video Realm. And we could just come here, shoot content. Everything's done for you. So right now for 2024 is just building those systems.
Right.
And turning in this to a well-oiled machine so we can
Correct.
help more people, because I can't be everywhere. You can't be
Yeah.
anywhere. Bassy or Tyler or, Oziel, all these guys, they can't be everywhere, but we're building those systems. So, we can be everywhere on social media, links, systems, landing pages.
Exactly.
And that's something we're going to be looking into this year.
Right. Well, you just took number 5, systems. We'll
Okay,
get into
yeah.
that again, but I wanted to tell one of the things, Brandon learned this year. He was never a really good teacher because he's a doer.
Yeah.
He get in there. He decided, we had conversation, he decided, you know what, I'm going to be a better leader. So he would get on the phone and start, or the computer, and start communicating and just open the line of trust between the guys we have, the
Yep.
ladies we have, just to open up that they could come to him. He's just a focused person. He's just out there. But that was one of the things.
100%.
Could you talk about a little bit of the leadership that you've learned this year?
I think too, over the last couple of years, just trying to find solid people,
Yeah.
but really learning from those past mistakes. And that comes down on yourself.
Right.
You got to look within yourself and go, you know what? Maybe I didn't guide or train those people where they
Correct.
needed to be. So I did really self-reflection, and I go, let's dive deeper. So this year it's more, if we're working on edits or we're
Yeah.
going on a shoot, I just do voice memo to the guys or,
Right.
the team or whoever we're working with. Hey, we're going to be there tonight. Excited for you. Here's a little game plan. Here's a rundown. So there's this communication. I'm not going to be typing. It takes too much time, but I could just do a little voice memo.
Yeah.
And it gets the ball rolling, and they message back, and you have that relationship now where people can trust you. You're precise, and it's really
Yeah.
cool.
And one thing we learned just from research and being around leaders in the organization, all the people, is you've got to be transparent. People have to know what your goals are,
Yep.
where you want to take the company, the values you have. And the people you have work for, you want them to have those same values, their own personalities.
Yep.
But we run a honest, ethical, with integrity. That's our company.
Yeah.
We don't sway from that. And we've lost a couple people just because they didn't buy into those values that we have. Nothing against them whatsoever. It's just that we want to have a certain image of our company, and it's real.
Yep.
Do we make mistakes? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but I want to tell you on air, to me, you're an incredible leader now. You're learning all the time.
Learning.
Who were your mentors? Just a couple.
Oh, man. Like, going back at it, like, you know, because I didn't know any filmmaking, moved back to Vegas, didn't know anything about cameras, film. So I first started on YouTube. Like, that's how I started. I just looked at these other filmmakers. Yeah, and going to Apple. Apple has free classes where you can learn and do photo or video walks, and they kind of teach you. And I started going to Apple and say, how do I edit? Oh, here's the Final Cut Pro app. So I learned from Apple just walking into their free classes. And then I was watching YouTube, like the Peter McKinnons, like the OGs, Peter McKinnon, Casey Neistat back in the day. You know, Sean Cannell with Think Media. And then I found out he was here in Las Vegas. And I was like, you know what? I need to start learning and actually go to some of these meetups that he's putting on, and got involved in his inner circle, seeing how his team was doing it with the podcast, with the filming, with the conventions.
Yeah, I got to interrupt you just 1 second, because a lot of new filmmakers out there are just picking up a camera.
Yeah.
And I remember 3.5 years ago, you came out, oh gosh, if I could just get in with Sean Cannell.
Yeah.
You were invited, not through Sean, but somebody else, to film an event that he had.
Right.
Now you just filmed, he called you personally.
Oh, yeah.
You just filmed on a jet.
Yep.
Tell that story. This is it's not arrogance. It's just this happens when you're out there.
And it's just putting yourself out there, putting those reps in and just being consistent. Like the cool thing is, like, I got a call. We were filming a mastermind, get a call. Hey, what are you doing? I'm like, all right. Hey, can you do something? We have a mission. I go, what is it? He was like, oh, do you want to film Patrick Bet David on a private jet? Meet me in the airport in 2 hours. Do you have your stuff? And I was like, I have all my stuff. I could run home, get a light. So it was me, Sean, and Art, an amazing videographer.
Right.
And we had this mission, and we literally get to the airport. We filmed, on the private jet, and just the amount of value that I get to sit back and film and watch these guys talk, like Sean and Patrick Bet. It's mind-blowing. And just to see the value they're bringing and the organizations they're running, and just to be back there. I was running back and forth, guys. It was a little jet.
Yeah.
And we had a center camera, and I was on, a semi, like a zoom camera, going back and forth to get 3 cameras. So I would be on Sean, run over here, be on Patrick. And it was just back and forth. And we did that for about 40 minutes. It was a successful shoot, but this is the power of just being patient, being consistent to your craft, and creating those relationships, and being there for somebody when they need you most. A lot of people, it was a Friday night. Yeah. A lot of people, out there, partying.
We just had a full day seminar.
Yeah. And it's like, you know what? I'll do this. I'll help you out. And doing those little things for people can get you to another level, and, creating those relationships, because you never know how that's going to continue to build off that.
Correct. I remember, again, about 4.5 years ago, we literally, I remember having this conversation. I said, I'll give you a year of my life to start this thing. And you would say, gosh, how do you get to be like a Peter McKinnon, a Sean Cannell? And now people are saying, how did you guys get to this level? I'm gonna tell you how, because I've seen everything you've done, everything we've done. The first thing, we volunteered for 2 years with Make-A-Wish. We didn't get paid 1 cent to learn. Every shoot, Brandon would take it, whether we were getting paid or getting paid, $10, $20 an hour.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys and girls that want to work for us now, they want $100 an hour right from the start. They don't have the skills yet. We invested that time because Brandon didn't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
And that's what you did. There's a sacrifice, a grind, and it's hard, physically, emotionally, family-wise.
Yeah, 100%.
And let's talk about our relationship this year. We have gotten to a time where we literally, the first year we didn't know if it was going to last.
Yep.
You know, one thing I had to do is allow Brandon to fail. And I had to back away because it wasn't about me anymore, running, help my family and stuff. And we learned together. And now our philosophy is do what's right for the company.
Mm-hmm.
My philosophy at home with my wife is always do what's right for the family.
Yeah.
So that has worked for us. Do we still argue once in a while?
Oh, yeah.
He's got a louder voice. I'm a little more hoarse. But at the end of the day, it's forgiveness, and you move forward to what's right, the goals we have, and we can push everything else aside. It's a great, great time in our lives.
Oh, it is. It's truly a blessing. And like one thing I've, had a couple mentors sit down with me, and it's like, grind, but looking to your future and seeing, family time, setting those moments, spending with each other.
Right.
Because we're grinding 24/7,
Yeah.
but looking at those moments, that's what life's about. Spending the time with the people you love.
Right.
And that's one thing we implemented this year where it's like, hey, we're going to, take a couple days where we're still working, but it's just to have that quality time together and to build those memories and,
Well, just this year, basically, you kind of surprised Mom and I, and you said, hey, we're going to use this one wedding, and we're going to go on a cruise. Yeah. Went on a 7-day Caribbean cruise. We had a great time.
Oh, yeah. And I think, going back to the cruise, it was a good reset and just, spending that quality time, making those memories. And you never been on a cruise before? Me and Bradley, let's go on a cruise and enjoy our time together. And the one thing is, there's no cell phone service. So you can really unplug and just disconnect and really just take it all in. Yeah. And it's just a blessing.
One of the things I have to apologize to my son is that 45 years ago, my wife and I Renee, were on the Newlywed Game with Bob Eubanks. And they had the Newlywed Game on this cruise.
Let's talk about
it. And Brandon's go, you guys got to do it. No, okay, we'll do it. You got interviewed, and they asked you questions, and we had to act like Tarzan and Jane. And we were number 4 out of 5 couples, and they came down, and they were asking, okay, do the yell and all this stuff. And one guy took his shirt off. And I said, okay, that guy's number 1 right now. Right. So what can I do? I jumped on stage. I took my shirt off, and I went, me Tarzan, you Jane. And Renee, who's kind of conservative, she surprised all of us. It was classic. And we ended up winning. And the reason I have to apologize to Brandon, because they asked a couple questions when we were younger. And I think he learned a little bit about in our younger days. It was it was humorous.
It was funny. It's like, and you number 1.
Yeah,
like
we won.
Me and Brittany were cringing and laughing all at the same time back there. And it was really cool to see, just you guys on stage, you guys, coming in first and just, having a great time, just enjoying the moment.
Right.
You were relaxed, Mom was relaxed. She's on stage. She's enjoying the moment. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, everybody just relaxed. Everybody had a good time.
We did.
And that's the one thing about, having a business. You do have the flexibility. You do grind.
Right.
But you can, relax and enjoy these things with each other.
I think one of the things, and you can correlate it to business, is when I turned 70, I said, you know what? I actually feel pretty good compared to what I used to think a 70-year-old would be. I'm really concentrating on eating better and, exercise and stuff like that. We go out on shoots, and I've got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is having that peace in your heart. Mm-hmm. I literally can enjoy. We talked, we just did a shoot talked to Myron.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we're talking to this man. What was the...
the Smith Center.
The Smith Center.
Yeah.
Him and his partner started the Smith Center.
Mm-hmm.
30 years ago, it was an idea. And we're talking to him with Jody Raffaelli, who interviewed him. And where we get to be in this company is so satisfying
Yeah.
to hear these stories of success and failure.
But that's how you learn.
Right.
You know, how can you get better? You're going to fail along the way.
Right.
It's not an easy road. You're in the ditches. Like I said, you have to grind and get better and learn from your mistakes and
Right.
learn about audio, because things happen every day.
Right.
Like, it's like, how can you solve that problem today because something else is going to happen
Right.
tomorrow?
You want to talk about the video realm?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's
Yeah.
talk about how this, how we're in the studio.
Let,
We,
let me
go
just
ahead.
share, we talk about relationships.
Yeah.
26 years ago, we moved to Las Vegas.
Yep.
I
you
was a
did.
real estate, my family.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Me
Okay,
too.
Brandon was 6.
I was little.
I had sold real estate in California. Didn't want to move, but my wife's Italian. Her family moved here, so we moved.
Yeah.
I got my real estate license. I went to an office and joined Coldwell Banker. And the first guy I met was Joe D. Raffaelli. Actually, it's Joe D. Raffaelli.
Yeah.
We hit this bond. We used to practice together. We went to some seminars together and just became close. You started filming some of his listings.
Yep.
You created this bond
Yeah.
with Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we right now? Our podcast, Video Realm, is in Joe D. Raffaelli's office, and we created a partnership. We're helping him grow.
Yeah.
He's helping us grow, and it's a relationship.
Exactly. And that's how it is. Like, I met Joe D at a Aviators game when we
Yeah.
were filming content,
I remember that.
back there. And it was just like instant connection. And basically he was like, hey, let's get you out filming some
Yeah.
listings. So we would show up to the listings,
Right.
and we just built this relationship over the time. I started like, how can I help you get better at content? So we were just making all this amazing content
Yeah.
for his listings, for his brand. And then he would start thinking, because he's always thinking, how can I get a step ahead? Where do I need to be? Like, that's the way he thinks. And I'm grateful to be a part of it. And he's like, oh, I have this space here. It's where realtors do scripts, but people are not doing scripts with books anymore. That was like back in the day
Back
with
in the day.
Tom and Mike Ferry. Those
Mike
days.
Ferrick, we would stand up, we'd have a mirror, we'd do voice inflections, body language, and it was an energy that you felt over the phone.
So then Joe was like, you know what? Let's pull that out and let's modernize this. People are doing podcasts, but realtors are moving into social media content.
Right.
And we're like, Joe, let's have a studio. He was like, let's literally, create a studio. So I was like, I know all the camera equipment. I could buy everything, get the lights, get the cameras, and dial in everything because I have it.
Right.
And I just needed new lenses, new cameras, new audio. So we, bought the equipment for the studio in his office. He's creating amazing content now.
Yeah.
We can come in and bring in guests, and people can use this space to build their brand and business. And it's going to be a big impact, a big place to transform and build more relationships in 2024.
And help others.
And help others.
Achieve their goals. With Joe, though, remember, we were looking for a studio.
Yeah.
And you were sharing that with Joe, and I
Yep.
could see his mind working. Joe's one of the best friends I have in business. The guy's the smartest, funniest, greatest closer, objection handling. And he was thinking about it. And when you guys talked, it worked.
It did. And, just to see what we've done in the last couple weeks and how we're producing content now where we could just literally come in,
Yeah.
press on a button. We have Tyler D back there
Yeah.
doing the live, cuts. So we could just put it on a flash drive. The video's done. And it's just incredible because now we can systemize creating content,
Right.
one space. There's so much micro content in this video alone. And now we could really systemize the process, get the thumbnails going, start writing, just descriptions, and then start building that platform so we can impact
Taking
more
action.
people. Yep.
And Tyler, he graduated his engineering degree. He is the perfect fit. He doesn't want to be in front of the camera.
Yep.
Perfect fit. He's a genius.
Yeah, we got
You know.
got the team on the back
Yeah.
end right now, producing stuff, and I'm training everybody to get to that level so we
Right.
can impact more people out there in Las Vegas so we can start bringing them
Right.
into this community.
Well, let's go back to the number one thing we implemented last year. You hit on a little bit. Systems. That was our goal last year at this time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how important building these systems are and how they changed our company this year.
I think building systems is just, one of the biggest things because, I still feel like we're there. We have our website, we have the systems, we can email people, but the next step is, having everybody's email so you can follow up through email.
Right.
Building landing pages where, we have a landing page for our websites that we send couples, that we do business, but we're going to start building for 2024 better landing pages where everything links to the YouTube, to the Instagram, to Google Business, and, those reviews that people can just review you online now. And it's a process. Those systems, if you can figure out the systems online, you start to build a community. People want to know, and it's really hard.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning as we grow. But what we did for our systems, just me and my dad, is he handles all the books, and I've been able to just focus like more on the shoots. He's doing all the emails now. He's getting back to people. And it's just, hey, I can hop on a call because time is limited now, which helps me free me up, and we really have dialed in.
Yeah, well, let's get real because last year, your biggest frustration is you can't do it all. For us to grow, we had to take some of that stuff away from you.
Yep.
We absolutely did. So we implemented Bassy, for editing. Oziel, second shooter, Nick, Tyler, Sean.
Yeah, all these guys.
And every person there took something away off your plate so we can grow. But the one thing about systems, you just said it's hard. But how did we learn? By filming these conventions and stuff that people had already done it. They helped us.
Exactly. It's by doing and going to these mastermind groups.
And sharing.
The top people are doing and say, hey, this is what you need to do to get to the next level. And when you're around just like-minded people, business owners, they're going to be the first one to lend you a hand.
Yeah.
Hey, this is how you need to get to this level. I've been there. I can help you out. And they're going to be helping you along the way when you get into those groups.
Yeah.
So,
one of our philosophies is to really invest in other people's lives and help them succeed. But it has to be a person that absolutely has that mentality and not just, I want to do it so I can, they have to really believe in themselves and put forth the effort. Mm-hmm. And we're willing to do that.
Oh, yeah.
So the one thing that we love to do is give back.
What I'm learning is to impact other people and lives is money's a tool. And, to make more money, you can impact more people. You can, just help out others. And, I'm around this core group where people, they're making money, but they're giving back. And you could see these smiles, these organizations, and they're so grateful. And that's the thing where I work so hard is just to give back to people that we can make an impact. And the company, can help other people and just continue to build a community. And, it's just truly a blessing. So,
yeah, we all know people that you see coming towards you and you go, oh, gosh, I don't really want to talk to them because the negativity. Focus on what is good.
Yep.
Bible says whatever is good, beautiful, great. I can't remember the exact scripture. It says focus on that daily.
Sure.
Look for the greatness in people.
Yep.
Compliment them.
Yep.
And stay away from the people that want to just take.
Yeah.
Our philosophy is we really want to work with people we enjoy.
Yep.
We can teach. We can learn from. And then some people, you have to let them go.
Yep.
Some people are in your life for a season, some your whole life.
100%.
So people will just automatically leave, and people stay. But it's beautiful.
Sweet.
So let's sum up this year.
Yeah, this year, man.
We had a blast. We were exhausted.
Mm-hmm. It was really I was thinking back, it was an exhausting year.
Right.
Just the mental grind, the number of shoots, the challenges of the shoots, like bigger than ever. Just
Yeah.
the relationships, the building, the grind, and 24/7. It's just, but truly blessed to look back at the year and see what we filmed, who we filmed for,
Right.
the relationships we built, and the solid foundation now that we have
Yes.
moving forward, and just the stories. Like, I mean, I could even go into church, but that's another story for another day. But just how we're, serving on that team and building, City Light. And just,
Are you a pastor now? Or?
it's just grateful. But, just looking back like that. So I think 2024 is going to be another incredible year. We're going to look at our weaknesses from this year,
Yeah.
and we're going to build
There's quite a few.
into, that. So I think this
It's
is
about building the team.
Yep.
It's about setting those systems that free us up, working smarter.
Yep.
We're still going to work hard.
Yep.
Spending more time with family.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. We're able through this company to do things that we haven't been able to do
Yeah.
for a while, just because the economy and everything. But just encourage people, help people.
Yeah.
Is the most rewarding thing for me.
True. And it's just a blessing to get to do this with you.
Yeah.
To see what we
Oh,
built.
it's-
It doesn't, Father and Son,
Yeah.
it doesn't get better than this. And
Yep.
can't wait to see where we're headed and God's plan. And
Yeah,
Just-
go right now. Go have some all-you-can-eat sushi.
yep, let's get
know?
let's get going.
Yeah.
But thanks again, guys, for tuning into this podcast. Me and my dad just discussing business,
Yeah.
faith, relationships, and
Yeah,
just,
and we want to thank everybody that hired us this year.
yeah,
It's just fun after 4 years of working hard. I remember when $200 for a shoot was like, oh my gosh, we hit the gold
Yeah.
mine. And then wanting to film bigger sets, big
Yep.
commercials, conferences with our team,
Yeah.
more weddings. We just want to learn more and deliver more.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing. It's just the gratitude towards
Yeah.
everybody that
Everybody.
gave us a shot.
Right.
The organizations, to the people that we know. Without them, we wouldn't be sitting here
Yeah.
today. And we're just
Well-
blessed to be working with, those people and
Yeah.
the people that hired us, and no matter what, as in the wedding industry or as the corporation industry. We're
Yeah.
truly blessed, and just want to say thank you. Yes, sir. Love
All
you.
right.
Love
Love you too.
All right. See you guys in
See ya.
2024. Let's go.
Let's go.